they took the same marketing like playbook.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so instead of being able to go and set up like a free account, and maybe that you like you're able to put the beers that you have on, and they just kick it out, and maybe they'll feature you if you decide to pay for it. It's like strictly all paid for, right? So like it's the year-long membership is like $600 for a fucking for
a business
potentially.
Yeah.
Being able to reach 40,000 people
Right.
in the Hampton Roads area. And I'm like, this ain't fucking worth it. We're not a fucking beer place. I don't know how the fuck you guys are going to sell it.
Right.
So, of course, like, the girl calls back, and they're super annoying, right? Like, they do a really good job at, like, contacting you. It's like email, phone call, email.
Fucking pay for it.
No, well,
Right.
The girl's like, hey, look, I'm following back up. It reminds you of, like, that. No, but you know what I mean?
It's aggressive.
No, seriously. It's
Are
super
you
aggressive.
paying too much for your car insurance?
My girlfriend deals with this shit with Orange Theory. Like, they call her fucking like every week.
day,
It's like, hey, how's it going? Just make sure that you're gonna come. And like, oh,
This is Cindy.
Shut up, Kimber.
God damn it. Yeah. But I was like, hey, look, I just don't think it's the direction that we want to go. It's kind of a slower part of the of our year for the business.
Yeah.
I don't really have a budget for niceties like that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, let me tell you about this other program that we have. And I go, thank you so much. I gotta click. You know what I'm saying? Because like. I don't know, man. I'm into small business. You know what I mean? Like I'm into like I understand like there's money in marketing and you need to pay for advertising and yada yada. Facebook kind of fucked that. Google kind of fucked that.
I was gonna say, definitely in the social
But,
media age.
Yeah.
But specifically talking about the Untapped app, I wish that there was an app that was out there where people who can just go and be a part of a community and they could just talk about beer and not have to worry about like.
Yeah, it's just beer, man.
You know what I mean?
It's just beer.
It's just beer.
It is.
It makes you happy.
I think the challenge is that you give somebody a phone or a computer and allow them to be the judge, jury, whatever you want to call it, of your own life. I think that's sad. In beer, in particular, I don't think people even rate it to style.
No.
They just rate it because I
don't like
like
the taste of it.
I
Exactly.
hate cinnamon.
But you're comparing seafood to vegetarian food or Indian food to home style like Southern cooking.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't if that's your thing, then you're eating Indian food, then you're probably not going to like it that much.
So don't give me a Yelp review that says my restaurant sucks.
Right.
Right. Or it's like the Yelp reviews that are like, service was excellent, food was incredible, atmosphere was beautiful, but you wouldn't let my dog come on the porch.
2 stars.
1
So
star.
2 stars.
Yeah. I'm like,
What? No, you get the 1 star.
that. Yeah.
I always make the joke. I want to start an app called Play, which is Yelp backwards with the E in the middle, and then just take big shits on all these people that like just have that basically turn Yelp into
Now
their.
that is a good idea.
And then so basically like, hey guys, I got one. Let's get his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Judge them back. Yeah.
and then the people that are like these elite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That have basically taken Yelp as their own personal blog of life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right.
That's pretty much what
That's
happens.
all- that's what it is.
That's
That's
all
all
it
it
is.
is
Like,
You need a hobby.
I'm using this platform. Essentially,
myself feel
it's their
better.
blog. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like, no, go do something else. Put your energy into something else. You're not that important.
Karen and Chad.
Yeah.
God, Karen.
God damn it.
There was
Chad.
actually a psychology around craft beer and what people are, what are the biggest problems with craft beer right now, or what are the future problems, I guess, with craft beer right now. There is the true thing of sober curious. Hard seltzers, obviously, the health conscious, the perceived health conscious is a battle. But one of the biggest things they brought up was the phone.
The phone?
The phone.
Okay.
Like things like Untapped and things like that. And people don't, in the old days of Ireland, you would sit there, drink beer with, it was not pretentious. It was, you're just going to sit there and drink with your friends. You're going to hang out.
Right.
It's interaction, entertainment.
Yeah, it's
Right.
all about talk and,
Yeah.
like we're doing right now, you have a few beers.
But now
you're
people are
sitting there,
drinking beers, just playing on their
and
phones.
they're just playing their phone. And they're
Yeah, I'm like, why are you out right now?
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Talk to the girl.
Right.
And don't ask the bartender to change the channel.
Yeah.
But they say that's a huge problem. I think it's going to be in the entire alcohol industry, and I think it's going to be a problem in the bricks and mortars of restaurants too.
Right.
And they just want to sit there on their phones. They want to be the sounding board. We know better than you guys.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
and-
I remember I was talking, I don't know if you guys see this or not, but I was talking to somebody who owns restaurants in Norfolk, and they were saying how they've noticed over the years that like the restaurant scene late night is dying. It's not as busy as it was. I'm like, well, no shit. People have Tinder, or they've got other things, or they don't have to go to a bar to get a hookup anymore. They just find them online. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like people, you don't have to go out to a bar to meet someone. You just do everything online and on your phone. And it's unfortunately like restaurants and places are suffering from that because there's no such thing as. Remember when I bartended on like a Tuesday night, I'd still have 50 people in my bar at 2 a.m.
Oh, because everybody's
like,
out there seeking for something or trying to
seeking
hook
for something.
up. You know what I mean? Or trying to meet somebody.
Or trying to hang out. Where's the party at? Because there's no such thing as with a flip
I'm
phone
old.
and whatever.
I think we talked about this before. Is like we didn't have.
Choo.
Yeah, we missed the train
Using
with that.
T9, God.
The whole Tinder and hookup apps. Like I'm just at the age where like I had just missed this thing, and I'm starting to hear it from I remember Jeff at Yard House is at the bar back. He's this young kid, doesn't give a shit about anything, but coolest kid, working for us. But he was explaining to me one day, I was like, "Shut the fuck up! Are you serious right now?" He's like, "Yeah, man. Like, just."
I basically don't have to do anything or work for it.
Yeah,
at all.
and I'm like, "That's fucking
Wow.
crazy." This kid.
Yeah.
I feel like you're
Good
lying
luck,
to me.
bud.
I feel like you're lying to me, but it's like that's the thing now. So you're 100% right. It's like you don't have to go out and
Work for it.
do the social thing.
Don't
like,
have to buy or anything.
talk or
just
have a
swipe left.
conversation. You know what I mean? Like what?
I remember when I found out what Netflix and chill actually meant. I'm like, oh,
I
I thought we
know,
were
I thought-
just watching movies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about that
Oh, man.
Disney Plus and Thrust. Like,
Plus and thrust.
Oh, that's a thing.
That's a new one.
that's the new one.
God, this was a little
Just
That's it.
pumping the Sandlot.
There it
You know,
is.
that's what it is.
Apple and grapple, right?
Did we answer all your questions?
No, that-
like we're
no,
running
you-
out.
I'm definitely. I mean, yeah. This conversation can go further
So
down
many
this dark
different
road.
ways.
But speaking of TVs, so
Okay.
you guys don't have TVs at your
We have
at your
TVs for our
facility
menu.
for your
Yeah,
menu,
Right.
But,
Because guess
but
what? This
not
shit is way
anything
easier to change
live
than
on.
chalkboard.
Oh, 100%.
Use that
I
phone.
love it.
No, but going back to what we were just
Yeah.
talking about, I love that
Yeah.
you still put that in place. Like, if you're going to come here, you're going to have beer. We're going to talk to you about it, see if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're not going to be distracted by whatever
Yeah.
football game is on. You're coming, like, you're bringing, like you were saying, in Ireland, you're drinking, you're having a conversation, you're hanging out with your friends. You brought that back. And I love that. Like, I remember when we all three of us went and visited O'Connor Brewing. And I was like, this is great. I absolutely love the space.
Oh, that's when we were looking at the High's Ice Cream building.
Yep, that's exactly what we were doing.
You know what I'm talking about? That was my original. That was like that was my fourth idea of like, this place would be dope.
Oh, we
You know
should
what I
have
mean?
pulled the trigger.
And then the idea too.
we should have. And that's alone, man. Like, it wasn't even
It
a
was
lot.
inspired by your place too, though, because your place was an old, like a butcher, like a big, like
It was a
food.
just-
It's like a Cisco Foods back.
right, like a big,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
big
Okay.
warehouse with the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
doors and such like that.
Yeah.
But it was just neat to like. I always think like things getting repurposed is like just this incredible
Oh, yeah.
thing. Just like that rebirth of like a building. You know what I mean?
It's
That
kind of cool. And it's keeping the history of Norfolk.
Right.
I love when I give brew tours at O'Connor
Right.
because I'm like I love telling people like the history of the building and how we
Right.
got there, and I love having people stand in the tasting room and I'm like, you guys notice all that cork on the wall and this crazy
Yeah.
ceiling? They're like, yeah, what the hell is that? I'm like, we're standing in the walk-in cooler. This is the
Right.
original
Yeah.
installation. And they're like, holy shit, that's
Yeah, it's
cool.
dope.
You know,
Like,
and
you're right,
but-
holy shit.
But, you betcha. Let's keep going with the tour now. You know?
and it is that. Like
We're
brick-
walking, we're
brick
walking,
order.
we're stopping.
We're walking. I'm sorry.
I love it. This is great.
But back to like the TVs. I had to go all the way back there. 'cause,
Yeah, yeah.
That was actually, we had to do that at the beginning because we would get pressed on by so many restaurants that you're opening up a tasting bar or you're opening up a basically a saloon. I was like, no, we're a tasting bar.
Saloon. Who said
Right.
You know,
that?
Yeah.
The fucking,
I'm just picturing the swinging
old
doors
bar.
now and
the old money.
A saloon.
Tavern.
Yeah, exactly. Old body.
We had doors.
bunch of prospectors coming in.
I'm looking for a man.
Yeah, Guapo. That's what we should do. Do you have a plethora of sweaters?
that's really good. That's really good.
Man, you guys-
looking for a man.
We just,
guapo.
we just wanted people to come in, grab beer, talk to us, sit down. Like you said, there was a reason why the tables are the way they are.
Yeah. Community tables. I
Yeah.
love it. Like
I love it.
That's the best way to be. Yeah. So just that common area, everybody just sits down. Hey, can I? I'm just gonna sit here. And nobody. The beautiful thing about that is that it's understood. You know what I mean? It's socially they just get it. You don't really have to ask. You just sit down and everybody's completely fine with that.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Come go and flow. You know what I mean? It's the same process that we use at the Shack.
We have a lot of families that actually come into the brewery. So we have games that we'll keep behind the bar, like Yahtzee and. Oh my God! Now I just forgot a bunch of games, Jenga,
please
stuff like
tell
that.
me Twisters.
I'm like, sorry, we've got all kinds of clues.
Monopoly has been banned.
But we have a bunch of Monopoly. We've had a lot of fights break out over Monopoly, guys.
Oh, I bet.
But we'll have board games.
I'm on Baltic.
But we have a lot of families, people that come in and are like, Thank you for having board games that make us interact with our friends. And I'm like,
that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's sad that they have to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That was no. I mean,
What was that? Did I do that?
No, that was
Okay.
that was good.
She's waving her
Dad was
arms.
like,
Excuse me.
gotcha.
But it's a huge thing being able to unplug, and connect with the people that you're with. I feel like it's a difference in what most people are used to these days. And then going back to the same concept that we all worked at together, the Shack.
Yeah.
When we opened that spot, Steve, when you were there for the first year, and Evan when you came in second year, like that was a whole thing.
You guys all worked at the Shack at one time?
Yeah,
I didn't
so
realize that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So the story goes, I was working at Waterman's at the time.
Yeah.
One of the head bartenders / like trainers, and my boss Mike Standing comes to me and goes, "Hey, look, I got this opportunity for you, and I kind of want to open this space. This is the vibe that I want to go with. Can you make it happen?"
I first met you at the Shack. Yeah.
Probably during the we did a party for I think El Guapo too.
Yeah.
And because that was like our number one selling.
I was just
IPA
gonna
that
say,
we
I was like, that was one of the only IPAs we had, and we
The
went
Shack,
through
y'all go
it.
through 20 cases a week of
it's
El
crazy.
Guapo 16 ounce
That
cans.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like that's a slow week.
Well, I mean, and it was a steal too. We were selling
It's
that for like
stupid.
$5 for a
Something
tall
like
boy.
that.
Oh, dude, for like 8%, people were like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that was
it's
like, no,
insane.
but like
Yeah.
that was the thing, when I got that opportunity to be, to open that place and be the general manager of that spot and have the creative freedom that I had, and then I met Steve like literally the summer before all of this happened.
Yeah.
And
Good old
him
San
and his wife Mercedes hits me up and she goes, "Hey, look, me and Steve are thinking about moving to the East Coast back to Virginia Beach. Can you start like kind of getting the feeler out there for Steve so you can find some
Looking
place
for
to
this
bartend,
cool vibe outside with the games.
2 months later, 2-3 months later,
Yeah.
it's moving into November, and I'm like, I think I have
Just the place.
a place.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Because I was
That's
like,
cool.
it was like the week later I got the promotion, and then I was like, he can come here and work with us, and then we all know how it became.
Yeah. I just remember him going, "All right, look, so we're opening in May, but if you can get your ass here before May, you've got the job. As long as you don't fail miserably
So
on
like
our test."
April
You know what I
20th,
mean?
yeah.
And I was like, I'll be there April 24th. Like, literally,
Yeah.
That
And
was
then,
the thing.
Yeah.
And Steve was one of the 4 bartenders plus myself with 1 bar back, fucking
That's
1
all you
security
started
guard.
with?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
You guys
it
probably
was
got hammered.
destroyed.
Jesus.
I mean, we had a blast.
Stories.
We had a
Well,
blast, but it
It's one of those things where you're so busy, you're like, just smile and just
Yeah,
keep
oh,
going
yeah,
shit as
yeah.
you're
No,
going.
those are
That's
times.
all we
And
can
this
do.
And this is me
laugh
coming
now.
from California, where
Yeah.
the labor laws are so strict.
Oh,
I've
God.
never worked more than 8 hours. In my life. You know what I mean? Like, oh, by the way,
going on here, man?
are you at 4 hours? You have to take a mandated 30-minute break.
You
And
only
then I
have
go
5
to the
customers per
shack.
bartender.
It's like
Empire's like, hey,
to
man,
the Shack and you're like, wow.
you're going to have a 22-hour shift, but I'll let you eat.
2 sips of
You
water.
actually, we have cots now in the back. For you guys to
Right.
sleep.
I mean, we
Yeah.
ought to have.
It was like the first month that we were open. There was a Thursday night shift, and this was like one of the last bartending shifts that I had there because I had to go to my boss and I go, look, I can't successfully operate this business.
Right.
You know what I mean, by myself. With the staff that I have, I need to be able to fucking like up my head count.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's a lot of real growth that we have to make very quickly to make this a
Very
thing.
quickly, yeah.
But me and Steve were working on a Thursday night, and this is also like a Crocs night down here at the oceanfront. At the time, we didn't. Ownership didn't think that there was enough kind of like enough bodies to kind of go around for a Thursday, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just do it. You know, what I mean? Whatever. It's Thursday night. So of course, like here, me and Steve are behind this bar, right? I'm like managing bartending. We get smoked.
Oh,
we're like 3 deep.
And y'all are fast bartenders, so for y'all to be smoked,
I mean,
you're
we take some pride in our speed. We do. Like, we do. Yeah.
We got smoked. I remember looking up. I mean, the whole place is fucking wrapped. We're like 2-3 deep. And like I said, there's only one fucking security guard at the time. One bar back.
That poor
Steve,
bastard.
And that's it. Me and
I
Steve.
can picture people like jumping
like
over gates and
300.
shit to
It's
get
like
in.